But what if I told you that tucked away inside these often misunderstood ideas are actual practical keys that could genuinely shift your life from ordinary to extraordinary? What if the universe's deepest secrets weren't just for physicists in labs, but for you, right here, right now? The Promise: Introduction to Solution. Now, this isn't about wishful thinking or some dense scientific jargon that'll fly right over your head. This is really about how certain ideas, inspired by actual quantum principles, that mind-bending science of the super small, can give us powerful metaphors and new ways to think, enough to truly change how we experience reality. We're going to explore these concepts in a simple, straightforward way. More importantly, we'll see how they can be interpreted as tools for your own personal transformation. It's about moving from feeling like a passenger in your life to actively co-creating a reality that truly resonates with who you are and what you want. We're not saying your thoughts are directly zapping subatomic particles around your living room, but we are saying that these quantum ideas can revolutionize your perspective, and through that, change your life. Section 1. The Observer Effect. Where does your attention go? Let's kick things off with one of the most fascinating concepts from quantum mechanics, and one you've likely heard a bit about: the observer effect. Down in the quantum realm, at the tiny scale of atoms and particles, the very act of measuring or observing something can actually change it. For example, an electron might be cruising along like a spread-out wave of possibilities. But the moment scientists try to pinpoint its exact location, it chooses a spot and acts like a distinct particle. The observation itself becomes part of the experiment and shapes the outcome. At that tiny scale, you simply can't observe something without affecting it. Now, here's a really important point. Science shows this happening with subatomic particles and very specialized measuring tools. There isn't scientific proof that our everyday, conscious attention directly makes physical objects appear or disappear in our big-scale world in that same way. However, let's think about this as a potent metaphor for our lives. You know the saying, where your attention goes, your energy flows. What you focus on tends to get bigger in your experience. Think about it. If you're constantly zeroed in on what's wrong, the bills, the arguments, what you feel you're lacking, doesn't that version of reality seem to become more solid, more all-encompassing? On the flip side, when you consciously shift your focus to gratitude, to solutions, to opportunities, even tiny ones, don't you start noticing more of those things? This isn't magic. It's about direction. It's about how your focus shapes your perception, and then how that shapes your actions and reactions. Imagine you decide you're looking for a specific model of car. Suddenly you start seeing it everywhere. Those cars were always there, but your focused attention pulled them into your awareness. The mundane to magical shift here, inspired by the observer effect, is all about realizing the incredible power of your conscious attention. What if you started to observe the good in your life with the same intensity you sometimes use to focus on the challenges? What if you looked for solutions with the same dedication you usually reserve for analyzing problems? This isn't about ignoring what's real, but about actively choosing where to shine the spotlight of your awareness. By consciously directing your focus, you're not literally collapsing quantum wave functions in your house, but you are fundamentally changing your experience of reality, opening doors to new possibilities that were hiding in your blind spot.